Hi, it's Tara Nicole. It's time to get hot. So, I am doing this again, going live on all three platforms: Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So, I am getting everything together this time to Let's Get Hot with Tara Nicole. Let me see. Let me check my connections with Instagram because something is not quite right. There it is. Hey, everybody. Okay, so it's time to get hot. I'm going to make some adjustments to the camera so that you all can see me. I'm trying to get everything centered so that I can be all in one place. Uh-oh. So it's time to get hot with Tara Nicole. I am here to empower, ignite, and uplift you. And tonight we'll be talking about perseverance. Okay, so I'm going to make, hey Lisa, I'm going to make some adjustments to this camera so you can see me. Okay, I hope it doesn't fall. This is really, this is funny. Like, really tedious trying to get this. Okay, I'm having a little trouble with YouTube. There it is. So tonight we're going to talk about perseverance. I hope you've had a good day. Going live is exciting, but it's a lot of work. You can prepare and prep, but you still have to you don't know how to make your adjustments until you're actually live on all these platforms. So I'll be rotating, so I'm not crazy. I'll be looking back and forwards like this. So I'll just give a little time for people to come on. But I'm live on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook. So I am Tara Nicole. Hey Lisa, thank you for joining. I'm Tara Nicole, here to empower, ignite, and uplift. While people are coming on, I'm just going to give a little bit about myself. I am fixing my hair. I am a mother of two, and I am a former full-time educator, and I am now a part-time educator, full-time motivational speaker, life coach, aspiring author. Well, just have a finishing touches to do. So, author and a consultant, and just your all-around God-fearing, go-getting, dream-chasing, motivating, hey Shawana, empowering, uplifting, igniting woman, life coach who's here to just shed a little word about on you. Now, my initial topic for tonight was supposed to be about circles and cycles. However, I was laying in the bed and I was reading and actually in the basement, and I was laying there and I was thinking, and so I woke up and it was about, I was just couldn't really sleep and thinking about all these different things, and it was like, hey Bunny, and it was like the Lord was like, it's about perseverance, and I've been thinking about all the different things that I've been going through or encountering over the last couple of weeks, or longer than that actually, but it seemed to get heavier over the last couple of weeks. So anyway, I normally say, welcome everyone, thank you for joining. This is my second week going live on all three platforms, so I'll be rotating a little bit, but I don't know if I like this. I think I do, but I don't know. I don't know how to, if I want to just record and then upload. Anyway, I'm rambling a little bit. Just give people trying to check in. I hope everyone's had a good day thus far. I hope your week has been good. It's like Thursday already. You can be preparing and starting, and then it's like it's Monday, and you look up, oh my God, it's Thursday. So it's like, oh my goodness. So anyway, I'm thinking I'm having some issues on YouTube, so I'm going to stop YouTube and focus more on Instagram and Facebook. And if y'all just give me a second, anyway, give people time to come on. Yes, I'm going to stop. So anyway, back to this. And I've been trying to figure out, is this the right time to come on? I mean, everybody's from different places and in different areas. So I'm going to make adjustments to my chair now since I'm kind of looking the same way. But I just have to do what works for me, and that's part of perseverance. So again, I like to give honor to God who's the head of my life. I thank him for everything he's done for me and my family. Hold this back a little bit. And I respect everyone's beliefs, what they believe in, what they do, but I believe in God. And I do think, as I said before, that we can all learn something from one another as far as what we do, because pretty much the main thing is just wanting to be right, do good, trust God, keep it moving. Also, we want to be in a place where we just in a place of peace. Like, we all want peace. And let me cut this off. And it's like, in order to have peace, perseverance plays a big part in that as well. Like, everything about us, our well-being, our take my earbuds off, our well-being, our being our best self, living our best life, all that revolves around, perseverance, like persevering through the different things that we encounter. Hello, son, the different things that we, go through. So again, I respect everyone's beliefs, their wishes. I do understand that I am not for everyone. So if I was on here every week, waiting for, if I came every week trying to show up for a particular person or a particular, audience, then, or a particular person or individual, then I wouldn't show up. So I understand that it's not for everyone. I also understand that, that, who's supposed to be here is going to be here. You can't delay, you can't deny. You have to just show up and do what you need to do. I do know that whatever I'm led to say is, God is going to lead me to say that. Even when I feel like it's something I want to say, because it's not about me, it's about other people and everyone else that's here. So tonight we're going to talk about perseverance, and whoever joins in can join in. Again, hey Lisa, Debani, Mila, Shawana, Candy Smiles. I'm on Instagram. Hello to my Instagram people. YouTube, I'll be back. I'll just go to YouTube. So quick thing. Also, Take 5 with Tara is on YouTube. It's like a 5-minute daily motivational. It's not every day, but it's like 5 minutes. And whatever day that is, it's your daily motivation. And it's a topic just of choice or whatever is given to me. I pray a lot. Most people know that. So whatever I pray about, that's what's given to me. Or whatever I'm going through myself. And when I say through, I mean through, not in. I'm able to, talk about that, because when I come on live every Thursday as well, it's not just like me. I'm not exempt from anything. I'm not exempt from perfecting myself. I'm not exempt from persevering. I'm not exempt from changing my perspective. I'm not exempt from, changing my attitude. I'm not exempt from staying focused and staying the course. I'm not exempt to trusting God, trusting the journey. I mean, being an entrepreneur, definitely requires you to trust God and trust your journey, because you never know what the day is going to bring. You want to maintain a schedule. You're trying to maintain a certain, attitude, and you're learning a lot because you're on the other side of a platform as opposed to the side of the buyer, or, you want to side where you're launching things, you're growing, you're building, you're trying to make sure you use the right networks, the right strategies, it's so much. We talked about that last week when we just had the pop-up about all the options that we have. So it's like you got to figure out what works. But then that also comes down to like being still and waiting for the answer. And once you begin to, and being still, I was with my friend, hey Caprice, today, and we were talking, and I was talking to another friend earlier. We were talking about, we prayed for 40 days every morning, commanding our morning. But then it's like the point comes where you have to still be quiet and be still and wait. Not only meditate, pray. I do both. But even with that, and the other thing that comes is like you get revelation. You get the answers that you're looking for. You get the feedback that you need. That was Caprice's word today, feedback. But whatever it is, the answers and the solutions that you're trying to find, you will get that. But like, we have to be quiet sometimes. Even when you in a situation where you want to defend yourself, or you want to stand up for yourself, or you want to prove somebody wrong, or you want to prove yourself right, you just have to be quiet sometimes and be still and let it all work itself out. Is it easy? Hello, no, it is not easy, especially when you feel like someone's attacking you, or someone's like lying on you, or just whatever the case may be. Whatever if you don't have any morals or values or beliefs, then they don't care. They whatever, But if you really, and then I'm a Capricorn, so a little bit of that goes in my nature as well. Like, how we're viewed, or what we think about ourselves, and things of that nature, and what people think. Not that we're consumed with that, but we pride ourselves on doing the right thing or being fair. We have our quirks about us. Don't get me wrong, all people do, but we just have a certain way. So you have to, even though you don't think this all deal with perseverance, it does. You have to push past all that, all the distractions, all the, even your own thoughts. And and I went and I don't know if I look a little toasty, but I went and sat on the beach, and that's why I go get centered. And I'm like, okay, I need answers. I feel like I'm all over the place, not just with the business, but when you can't control certain things around you personally that happens, like the air conditioner, the people give me they give me the runaround. I'm like, okay, we have a warranty. What's going on? Like, why is it taking all these days to show up? But in the on the flip side of all that, excuse me, that is still a distraction. That's something, because they had me so frustrated, like today, and I was like, oh my God, help me. But I was like, I wanted to just say some other stuff, but I'm like, okay, ma'am, this just hang up. Anyway, but I was thinking about all of that, and so in this, I'm going to just read what I wrote this morning, and what came to my mind about perseverance. And so it says, this is from the Bible though. It says, let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, lacking nothing. And it says that perseverance will have its perfect work in you. And we quote that, and we quote several scriptures, but it's like, do we really understand what that means? Do we really embrace that? Do we really grasp that? Like, it makes you, this is a different translation. I think the Good News, because it's make it so plain, but it says let it finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, lacking nothing, not lacking anything. The dictionary definition is perseverance is the persistence in sticking to a plan. Perseverance is the steady persistence in a course of action, a purpose, a state, etc., in spite, now this is the caveat, in spite of the difficulties, the obstacles, and the discouragement. Now that's the part that we have to embrace even the more, because in spite, that means regardless, that means so what, that means who, whatever, instead of, it's like, in spite of the difficulties and the obstacles and the discouragement, it comes, and it can come in like a mighty flood if you aren't grounded. Even if you're grounded, hello Anita, even if you are grounded, it can still come in, and it comes, but it's like, it can be overwhelming, but you can't deny the feeling. Now, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is perseverance will finish its work. Let it finish its work. So that means when you want to stop, when you want to give up, when you want to throw in the towel, when you cry. I mean, I'll be sitting, I'm like, Lord, what are you doing? Like, what is going on? Why? I make 3 steps forward and like it's 2 steps backwards, and I'm like, okay, so the air out. Okay, now the septic tank. And I'm like, what? And then it's just like this, that, and the other. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so full right now. And he woke me up. He was like, but let perseverance finish its work. And it's like, so you think about the ground, and when somebody's tilling the soil, and it's like, we have like, hello, hey, Unique. We have like tools right now, like we're so modernized. We have that people can go and they can, hey Stacy, they can Instagram. We have things where they till the soil. They use things that, like, okay, so it's not like in the old days where people, a lot of manual labor. You got machines doing it. But you think about that, it's like when you're tilling the soil, it's being prepared to make, to plant something or to grow something. It's like, even when it's like just maturing, it's like in that process, you got to be comfortable being uncomfortable. You got to fight past your discouragement. You got to fight through, like, no one understanding, especially if you on a journey like me. And even when I was a teacher full time, if a person wasn't a teacher, now teachers can get together, they can talk, yap it up, and we can finish each other's sentences. But if you're talking to somebody who is not an educator, they'll be like, oh, okay, I bet, I know it's tough, but they don't understand the depth of that. So on this side of it, being an entrepreneur is, like I said before, hey, Alicia, trying to figure out like what to do, what to use. you're going to be yourself, because one thing I've learned just from studying and watching and looking, I can only be me. That's why I talked about before about no competition, no comparison. You just got to be yourself. Like when you do that, it makes it easier, but it does not take away. It does not take away from the fact that you still got a learning curve. And an epiphany I had sitting there Sunday or Monday was, you gave education, hey Stacy, you gave education 20 years, like 19 strong. So you can't stop this. It hasn't even been a full year. Like, it hasn't even been a full 12 months. Not that I want to stop or quit, but you just be like, Lord, like, where is the breakthrough, or where is the lining, or where it's just where does the hook, or where does it sink, if that makes any sense. I hope, if you understand what I'm saying, give me a heart, like, share something if I'm making sense. It's like, where does it catch on? Where do you fall in line, like, totally and completely? But it's like that with the epiphany though, it's like you still learning, you still growing, but then you reflect. It's like, okay, so but how far have you come from almost a year ago? You've learned a lot, you've accomplished a lot, you have, I mean, like, now I wasn't even going live. I was just simply, posting, and people love that. Oh, you post, or if I stop posting, they'll say, what's wrong with you? You didn't post today. We didn't read your stuff. I'm not like, nothing. But then the shift came with that, moving from the personal pages to the business pages. And like, you're trying to get people to see, it is very overwhelming at times. But you have to just fall back and just really try to grasp it all. But even in persevering, I know for a fact that now God can do anything. Let me put that pin in there right there, because He can supersede you. He can excel you. He can launch you just like that if that's His will. But would that be wise? You know what I mean? So it's like, because you don't want to miss learning some things. But my point for saying that was, I'm not trying to be with someone who started this thing 5 years ago, 2 years ago, even 3 years ago but it's like, okay, you constantly moving. That's why everything I say, everything I hashtag, keep going, stay focused, stay the course. Trust God, trust your journey, trust the process. He has a plan. That's not something I'm just over here playing. That's what He tells me, and that's what He want me to tell you. Like, keep pushing, keep going. Perseverance is persistence. Persistence means you get up every day, you keep going, you try it again. Okay, I didn't get that part right, but I got this part right. I haven't perfected this part, but I perfected that part. This is better, but this is not. But another thing He showed me is like, the perseverance, what it's doing is finishing something in you, but what it's doing is like it's helping you, it's tweaking you. Okay, what can I improve over here? How can we always talk about time management, but we are the managers of our time. We are the managers of our time. We determine, like, we say, oh, I have no time in a day, but it goes by fast. Like, some mornings I wake up and I'm like, oh, good. And I look up, it's 11. I'm like, what have I done? What have I done since 6 a.m.? And in reading and studying, it's like that perspective, that thing I talked about, your perception and your perspective, changing how we look at time, changing what we do with our time. So this is me. Like I said, let's get hot. Honest, open, and transparent is all about me first. And if you agree, awesome sauce. If you can relate, even more awesome sauce, and so wonderful. But like I said, I'm not exempt or excluded from anything I talk about. And I'm going to talk about me before I talk about anything else. And as I mentioned, another thing God showed me was, you still get up every day like you were going to work, and you do what you need to do. Some days I do sleep in, depending on how I feel. And I mentioned my air went out, so some days it's like, ooh, hot. But anyway, it's like when you get up, and it's like the backside of all this is learning other strategies, learning other techniques, learning other, what am I want to say, methods. So I've learned about, you can publish your posts, and I'm using me. So this is my testimony of perseverance. But then you also have these other automated systems, where you can plan it out for 30 days. It's tedious at the beginning, but just imagine planning out 30 days of posts in an hour or two. So it's like, I can perfect that. If you, because doing one post in 3 different areas, it's like, oh, you get kind of, it can be a lot. But again, I am not too, I had to say, but don't be too hard on yourself, because it's not like you've been doing this forever. You are learning and going, you're persevering, you're letting it have its perfect work in you, you are maturing. See, when we know something, nobody can tell us anything about it. Like when we know, like I know I'm 42. You can't tell me nothing about being 42. I'm mature in that area. I'm mature with being a mother. I've matured in being an English teacher and educator. I can read something in 5 minutes. 2 pages and tell you what's going on with it. So I can edit something quickly. I can write something quickly. My sister will text me and say, hey, fix this. And she's like, dang, I would have never did that fast. So I've mastered that. I have matured in those areas. But when it comes to the things on this side of the spectrum, yes, in some, but not in others. So the thing that perseverance wants to teach us is this. It wants to mature us. And in maturing us, it means we got to check our attitude. We got to check our schedule. We got to check our time. What are we doing? More so, it's in my head. I use my phone, but I do. But to be honest, 100% of the time, I don't use my planner, or I don't, I keep my notebooks with me, my journals, because thoughts are always coming to me, even in my sleep. But writing it down, like get it out of your head. So I'm sitting there and he's like, get out your head. If you get out your head, even with the outcome, like I'm good at detaching from the outcome, but still I haven't mastered that. Like I'm not worried about how it comes, but when things that are like kind of in the fire, or things that I need to put the fire out on, it's like, okay, just, some things with my old job, and just bound certification, and just, I'm like, Lord, why this come back? Like, what this for? Like, if I'm done, I'm done. Like, why is that's why I was on the whole kick of cycles and circles, because things have to get finished, whether we wanted to or not. It's something we didn't address. Something, people talk about karma and reap what you sow, things come around. All that's relevant to that. But the other part of it is still persevering through it, finishing it, no matter what the obstacle is. And I'm like, I don't want to deal with that. Like, for what? But at the same time, you got to go within and look at, like, okay, if I don't deal with this, then what? Am I going to be upset later? Or am I going to be good later? That part goes back to what I talked about in previous broadcasts about playing the movie. Like the T-chart and step, this decision, that decision, what I do, every step of the way. So, you face your fear, and it's not even a fear like you're scared, but you just face a fear. Another fear is like, the other thing with fear is like, I was reading a devotional Tuesday morning. It's like, it was about fear, and it was like, okay, but then you ask your fear, what are you afraid of? Why am I afraid of you? Or why are you here? Why am I afraid of you? And why am I afraid of the outcome? Like, what could the outcome be, and what's so bad about that? So, and for me, it's more about knowing. And I think that's I'm much, much better, be it good, better, indifferent. I just need to know so I can know what to do. But that's the part where your trust and your faith is not in sync. So he like, that's not trusting me. That's not having faith in me. That's not standing on what you say. And so also going back to, what are we saying? What are we thinking? Now I'm very conscious of watching my words, catching my words. I tell people, I'm like, don't say it that way. Twist it. Even if you speak something, cancel it out and put something positive on it. Even with an affirmation, which is a challenge we have coming up, Operation Affirmation, but not just speaking it, but acting on it. And I gave an example, like if you say, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Okay, but what thing can you do that he can strengthen you in? What is that thing? Yes, all things, but narrow it down to one thing, 2 things. That thing that you afraid to do, or that thing that, is that you holding on to, or the decision you need to make. Decisions, whew, they are, they tricky. Like, you have to make it, and not making a decision is making a decision, whether we know it or not. So we have to make a decision. And then just be okay with what comes from that decision, because you are making it from a good place, a great place, a place that you're comfortable with. But that's what going within is all about. That is what being still is all about. That is what waiting for the answer is all about. We can pray about it. And even the Lord showed me, he's like, you've been praying and that's awesome, but can you add a little fasting to that? Because some things only come through prayer and fasting. So I'm like, okay, so I began one. And you don't be be all mad about or attitude about it. You just do it. Because again, that's part of what? Perseverance. Perseverance will have its perfect work in you. So, when I come on every week, I'm like, okay, I'm just here to do whatever I'm here to do, like whatever he has told me to do. So if you're looking for a certain kind of conversation or a certain kind of tea spilling or a certain kind of word, I mean, I'm silly and I have fun and but when it comes down to the message, the purpose, the mission, the passion, you're not going to find certain things with me. You're not going to find some drama, not a whole bunch of he say, she say. I don't really watch a lot of TV. I don't condemn people that do that. I need to watch it, actually, because I've been saying all these things about Trump and little kids. I'm like, what's going on? I'm so clueless, so Lord forgive me. I'm so sorry. But I have no idea what's going on, so I'm going to watch TV tonight. But it's just other things that when you are consumed in a good way or with things that you're doing, it's like some things just, I'm not going to say they're not relevant, they're just not on your radar. But again, it's like, but if you're pushing past difficulties, you're pushing past obstacles, you're pushing past discouragement, it's just certain things you're not going to entertain anyway. You don't want to watch things that are going to keep your spirit down. You don't want to read things that are going to keep you feeling humdrum or mundane. That's the whole point about maximizing the moment. The coaching group, maximize the moment, moving your life from mundane to magnificent. But what are you doing to get to magnificent? Like, it's like the steady persistence. Keep going, keep pushing. We don't have all the answers, but if we say that we trust God, universe, whoever you believe in, however you believe, if you say you trust that or you believe in that, or you, even if you just believe in the thing of reaping and sowing and good and bad and good and evil, if you just believe in that, like, you still have to persist because it's around you every day. The energies around you can be negative. It's always changing. I'm not really caught up in it, like to the point where I'm like consumed with it, but I do believe when people say a shift in the atmosphere, energies are changing, stuff is shifting around us. That's why people act crazy. Your mood can be weird. You could be in the best mood today or this morning, and then tonight you could be like feeling all funky and don't even know why, but that's energy. You have to like speak certain things. You have to talk to yourself. Like, I had to really talk to myself this weekend. I mean, like, get your ish together, girl. Like, get up, do this, do that. Pat yourself on the back, yes. Give yourself some applauses, but tighten it up over here. Fix it over there. Forget that about that over there. Who cares about some of the other stuff that's going on or what people have to say? Because when people are not in a good place themselves, we talked about deflection last week, they will never admit their ish, their mess, their stuff, all that. They don't want to recognize that. They're gonna deflect it on you. What did you do? What did you say? And if you get caught up in that, again, that's not being focused, that's not staying the course, that's not trusting the process. And nobody's exempt. I'm not saying that I'm exempt. That is something I had to work on consciously, but I'm so focused on finishing what I'm doing. And I had to shake myself and say, okay, what are you going to focus on? And when it's amazing. It's not amazing, but it's how the enemy works. When you are focused, when you have made your mind up that you know what it is you're going to do, not do, and you're going to keep pushing, no matter what happens, you're going to find another way, you're going to seek out assistance, you're going to talk to someone, you're going to be hot with somebody, honest, open, transparent. Girl, look, this is what's happening. Okay, coach, this is what's happening. This is what I thought was going to happen, but this occurred in its place. So what I'm saying is That's you persevering. That's you pushing through it, because something is always going to come to distract you. And when you're focused that way, it's going to be something that the enemy knows agitates the hell out of you. Excuse me, saints, but I'm just telling you the truth. It agitates you, and he knows that. He knows what bothers us. But how are we gonna respond to that? And that's what we talked about, response and reaction. Like, how are you gonna respond to his foolishness? Because at the end of the day, that's all it is foolishness. It's something to get you upset. It's something to get you to speak in another tongue. It's something to get you to show up, like drive up, show up. But for what? Because it's not worth it. That's what he wants you to do. Because when you do all that, or you got an attitude all day, whoever made you mad, guess what? They gone on about their business, because mission accomplished. She mad, or he mad, or they pissed off, yay, and they over there because they do. I remember the brunch we went to in April. The drama. Some people love the drama. Some people love the chaos. It's like they have to create chaos, then they calm down. They'll come back. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I don't know why. It's just this. Again, narcissism, attitude, just stupid, just dumb. Oh my God. But it's like, mature. Once you mature, you recognize that. And you like, oh my God, that's what that is. So maturing, but then in lacking nothing. See, the Bible says, and all that getting understanding and wisdom, knowledge is good, but what we do with it makes us wise. So it's like when you lack nothing, not just the tangible things, but lacking nothing, meaning not lacking your knowledge, not lacking your skill, not lacking being an expert at what you do. I use me because I'm here in this particular position right now. But I'm saying wherever you are in your life, I don't care what it is. Some people love their job. I am not against people with a job. I'm looking for some part-time things. I just want to keep my flexibility. But I'm not crazy to know that, and I want some other residual, some other streams of income, residual income coming in. So I did some things yesterday, some webinars, and, just learning about another program, another system to help me finish some other things up. But also what I'm saying is like, I'm sorry I got distracted by a text. But what I'm also saying is like, you have to like push past that. I'm not saying people who don't, if you like your job, awesome. I'm not saying that, because everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur, but everybody needs to have more than one stream of income. That is wisdom, because we don't know what jobs will do, what people or places they launch, go out of business, all that kind of stuff. So that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is this. Whatever it is that you set out to do, whatever it is that you have, whatever your dream is, whatever your vision, your mission, your passion, whatever your purpose is, you got to persevere through it. And even you got to persevere through the perseverance, because we can't even control what perseverance is doing in us. We just have to learn to go with the flow. We have to learn to, let it complete its perfect work. And the thing about it also completing its perfect work is this. If it doesn't stop, whatever it is you're dealing with, the obstacle, the difficulty, the discouragement, we can change that, because it's all about speaking. It's all about changing our attitude. It's all about changing our mind. It's all about, fixing our perspective. It's all about, really believing it, not just saying it, but believing what you're actually saying. So the discouragement part, it comes, we don't have to waddle in it. But what I'm saying is, it's like letting those things do. If it doesn't stop, if it doesn't end, then that means that God is trying to perfect you in that thing. He's trying to let perseverance mature you, grow you up, so that you won't respond, you won't react, you won't have an argument, you won't be upset, you won't you won't be acting a fool, curse people out, get an attitude. It just depends on whatever your quirks are, or however you respond to foolishness. You won't do that once perseverance has had its perfect work in you. It's finished its perfect work. Now, are we going to go through different levels? Of course. Are we going through different, because every level, we go up. You level up. You level up, up, up. And the only reason we go down is when we get distracted. We let people distract us. We let things distract us. We don't hold on to our faith. We don't stand strong on what we believe. We don't reflect on the times where we thought we couldn't make it and we did. So, reflection is very important when you're dealing with persevering through certain things. But it's like you just have to understand that in order to be complete and lack nothing, perseverance has to finish its work. And it's not comfortable all the time. It doesn't look good all the time. It doesn't feel good all the time. But everything happens for a reason. And everything is doing what it does because it's doing something in us. Sometimes we think it's happening to us, but it's happening for us. Sometimes we think that, it's why, but you have to ask yourself, but why not? Why not? So we're not exempt from anything, no matter how good we are. Oh, I can tell you some stories about being good. It don't exempt you from anything. But it's something that's happening for you, not just to you, but for you. And the more we realize that or understand that, it's not always easy. But once we grasp that idea, and once we get to this point where we're like, okay, not so much why, but what? What is this for? What are you doing? What are you wanting me to see? What do you want me to know? What do I need to figure out about myself, learn about myself, other people? Because you can't change people, not at all. But what you can do is understand them. Good, bad, or indifferent, you understand them. And then when understanding them, you understand how you can respond, not respond, deal, don't deal, short way, long way, how you gonna fool with them. You know what I'm saying? So, but if we don't have obstacles, if we don't have difficulties, even moments of discouragement, because even in moments of discouragement, it lets you know you got to fight. You got to fight. You have to fight. You have to fight for yourself. You got to fight like hell through the things that are trying to hold you down, hold you back, keep you from reaching your goal, keep you from accomplishing your mission, keep you from your destiny. That's the enemy's number one job, is to keep you from your destiny, whatever it may be. So if you get discouraged to the point where you stop, depression set in, oppression set in, you eating all the time, or you drinking, whatever it is, whatever your vice, eating, drinking, watching TV. I'm just going to Netflix and chill. I'm going to binge watch. And I've done that before, but my point is this. If those things consume us more than us pushing towards our purpose or pushing towards our passion, then what happens? We miss it. We missed it. And does it come around again? Of course it does. It always does. But if we desire it to, because you have to ask for it. But I'm saying it'll come around, especially if you're supposed to do it. But the thing about it is, how much time can we save, or how much more can we accomplish if we don't give up in the midst of the obstacle, the difficulty, the discouragement, in those moments when you really have to pray, go within, evaluate yourself first, then evaluate everything else around you. What's going on around you? What kind of people are you talking to? What kind of company are you keeping? What are you entertaining? What points are you trying to prove that you really don't need to be trying to prove? Like what do you need to try to prove? Nothing, right? So you just have to let perseverance finish its perfect work in you. Are we going to be perfect? No, because no one's perfect but Jesus Christ. But would things in us be perfected? Yes, things will be perfected, and you will see the growth. But then you'll be proud of yourself. You'll be able to applaud yourself. You will be able to congratulate yourself. You want it from other people, but the only thing that has to be validated by man is a parking ticket. You get your validation from God, and He will allow people to come around you to support you, to congratulate you, to support, to push you up, to lift you up. But you got to just go after your dreams, your passion, whatever it may be, just knowing that I'm doing this because I'm called to do it. And the incentives and the benefits that come with it will come. You get what I'm saying? If that makes sense, I hope it does. But you can't do anything based on the result, waiting for the result. You got to do it just knowing because it's what you're supposed to do. It's like when you're in school, you study because you know you need to study. I mean, you want to pass, but we're not. I watch people now, they say, well, I'll give you this if you be quiet. I'll give you some candy. No, you just need to be quiet because you said be quiet. Or have a seat because you said have a seat. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of it is like, you just do the right things is the right thing to do. You just, and let it come to you. But it's like, you have to be the persistence and sticking to the plan. So what is your plan? I'm going to close out with that. What is your plan? You can't stick to something that you don't have, number one. So what is your plan? And then ask God, is that his plan? And if it is, then awesome. If it's not, okay, Lord, then show me what's your plan. And the things that we desire to do and the things that make us feel excited and we're passionate about, it is a part of his plan because he put it inside of us. But now, how do I work this plan is the next question. And then it's like the steady persistence in a course of action, a purpose, a state. So, consistently moving forward. Okay, you got knocked back a little bit, got to keep going. Something come out the blue, you got this money set aside for that, but then this happens, so you got to use it for that. You got to keep going. You say, okay, Lord, thank you for replenishing. Thank you for bringing back. Thank you for bringing back that whatever I feel like I've lost. I thank you, God, universe, for bringing it back. Replenish, restore, redeem, resurrect. You know, what gifts are you sitting on? What are you not doing that you should be doing? If you can sing, if you can dance, if you can speak, write, whatever it is that you're sitting on, in spite of what, regardless, not in spite of, but regardless of what your job is or what you're doing, what is that thing that's tugging at you? What is that thing that you need to jump at? You need to do, but you're letting fear, we let what people think, what they're going to say, or how I'm going to do it. You know, all of those things are important, especially how you're going to do it, but it's not important to the fact, or it doesn't weigh enough to stop you from doing it. Because guess what? You will never know what the outcome could be if you don't start. You don't know what can happen unless you start. You know what I'm saying? So, in spite of difficulties, in spite of obstacles, in spite of discouragement, just keep moving. Stay persistent. It's perseverance is the persistence in sticking to your plan. If you don't know what your plan is, then take some time, get a journal, pray about it, and let the answer come to you. And say, God, what is the plan? And then work it. And then it's the steady persistence in the course of action. So you got to constantly take action. Resting is taking action because you have to rest and let yourself be rejuvenated. But take action. And this is things that they have been revealed to me for me. So I know it's for other people too, you know. And don't get stuck. Like, don't get stuck. Don't get stuck. Because it's hard. It's harder to unstick yourself than to keep moving, if that makes any sense. Like, once you come out of it, a place of stuckness, you don't want to go back. But things will come to try to pull you back, try to, to retreat and retract. But you got to keep fighting. You got to keep pushing through it. You got to, okay, recognize it. That's the key thing, is recognizing what it is. Once you recognize it, okay, you know what? This is what that looks like. I don't know. Nope, not going back there. And that means you might have to do something different. You might have to step away from the business, step away from the job, step away from the kids, step away from the house, step away from things. Go get you some yogurt, ice cream, drink a smoothie, take a walk around the block, go sit in your car, go sit on the porch, drive. I don't know, whatever needs for you to detach and come back. Go watch something funny. The whole thing is about, have you laughed? Did you laugh today? Actually, did you all laugh today? Because I have. But laugh. Find something that makes you laugh. You got to shift your energy. You got to shift your mood. You got to make a shift. Got to make a change, okay? So, as I'm wrapping up, I just want to say, let perseverance finish, myself included, its work. It's perfect work, so that you may be mature. That means you have mastered this thing. That means you know exactly what's going on. You know how you've matured in that. Facebook is acting crazy. And then it's complete and lacks nothing. That is the most important thing, when we lack nothing. So, remember, perseverance is the persistence to sticking to your plan. If you don't know what your plan is, even if it's up here, but not here, let's write it down. And then let's stick to it. Let's make a goal. Like, I write things down, but I can do better with it's in my phone as far as what I need to do, but like my schedule, like I have it in my mind, but like sticking to it, writing it down helps me stick to it. Okay, 1 hour on this, 2 hours on that. Even about getting out of the house. Because if I'm in here working or planning, I'm going to stop, clean up, do something, talk to the boys, whatever the case may be. So whatever it is that you need to do to help you stick to your plan, let's do that. And then it's the steady persistence. Perseverance is the steady persistence in a course of action. Take action. Take action. Action, a purpose or a state, etc., in spite of the difficulties, the obstacles, and the discouragement. I am Tara Nicole, here to empower, ignite, and uplift. I would like for you I'm encouraging you to stay focused, stay the course, trust God, trust your journey, trust His plan, trust the process, trust the purpose. Keep going, keep pushing, keep fighting, keep asking, keep listening, but keep persevering through the perseverance. Have an awesome and great night. Bye. Good night. New Take 5 with Tara will be out tomorrow.